Hey everyone, it's Marcelo from Sparkki. I'm super excited to be bringing you this video. It is our investor pitch deck, and I'm going to be going over slide by slide to kind of give you an idea of where Sparkki's at right now. So, what is Sparkki? Sparkki is the easiest way to earn and issue verifiable credentials in an open, secure, and transparent way. And we're going to go over what exactly that means as we're going through this. So the problem that we're trying to solve, or the top three problems, is that price is an important concern for businesses developing talent. HR managers, recruiters, they have ratios that they have to adhere to, like how much does it actually cost to onboard new talent, plus all the benefits associated with bringing on new talent, and the cost of training each brand new person that they're onboarding to the team. Another huge issue and problem that we see in the marketplace is education fraud. As you may know, there's places called diploma mills where you can pay to have degrees created for you. So you can pay like $1,500, and they'll create you a master's degree in business or a PhD. They'll write you a fake dissertation, etc., and it just gets printed off. And strangely enough, there's a few people on LinkedIn. If you just search who these diploma mills are, find their names, search those names on LinkedIn, you'll be surprised. No actual easy way exists for learners to index their verifiable skills in a search engine style repository for employers to find. So the solutions that we offer are, we help save money because it reduces labor costs in certificate creation, delivery, and maintenance. We also help verify competency, so you can issue and verify work-based learning like internships, apprenticeships, jobs, job shadowing, subsidized employment, etc. And also, as we're doing this, we're creating a world repository of skills that are searchable and that employers can tap into that and find the exact talent that their organizations need to take it to the next level. So the market validation, there already are, there's one kind of almost direct competitor to what we're doing, Credible, and they have around 3 million credentials, and they're a startup as well. And on average, we're finding that corporate employees are spending around $297 on self-development outside of their learning management systems at their company. So that's books, conferences, workshops, courses, coaching, etc. So the market size is 1.7, it says billion, but actually it should be a million U.S. companies with over 100 employees, 65.3 million new hires in 2017, and 164.3 billion spent on U.S. corporate training each year. And these are from the U.S. Census Bureau and the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics. So let's talk about our product. What is the actual process of credentialing? So you have an issuer, which normally will either be an employer or an educational institution, after school class, workshop, website, organizations like the Society of Human Resource Managers that provide continuing education. They're going to issue you a credential. Think of it as a badge, if you will, and then the recipient will be the learner. So the employer issues the credential to an employee or a learner. Let's just say Six Sigma training. The recipient receives it. Now they have this credential / badge, and they can easily share and prove it inside the organization. And if they ever end up moving to another organization, they can easily just share those credentials that they accumulated while working at the previous organization. So what does this really actually do for the learners? It incentivizes them to go through your knowledge system, your knowledge base, your learning management system, do as much as they possibly can, learn as much as they can, because they're gonna, if they ever end up moving on to somewhere else, all of that carries on with them. And then who is actually going to be verifying the credentials? Well, it's going to either be other employers, educational institutions, college admissions, even just future business partners if they want to see like who is this guy, what does he like bring to the table, who's this person. Also investors, if you're looking for investor funding, they can just pull up your credentials and see, oh, they have all these skills they accumulated here, and make their own correlations from there. So the end user, so what the platform looks like for the learner, just think of it as just your normal learning management system. It doesn't necessarily have to be ours, but it could be whatever your organization's already using, whether it's Canvas, Teachable, Thinkific, Kajabi, the list goes on, Moodle, all these other LMSs, even Degreed, BitDegree, Pluralsight, etc. So whatever the organization's learning management system is, we'll just plug in to that. So as soon as the achievement is released to the learner, so they went through the whole training, they got to the end, it releases a certificate. That certificate's what's getting credentialed with us. And on the admin side, you can just do the macro analytics of seeing how many of each skill your company has. So we have, just as an example, I'm the employer. I'm saying, okay, we have 10 skills of software engineering, and at the junior developer level, we have 3 skills of senior engineering. We have like human resource skills, for example, like continuing education, management, curriculum development, conflict resolution, benefits training, etc. So you can see, okay, we have 5 of these, 10 of these, etc., and then you can align those with your learning goals with whatever the company's goals are. So let's just say that we needed to 10x our company in, say, 1 year, but in order to 10x it, you're going to need 5 more people with this skill, whether it's internal or external. You can easily measure how much you actually have as you go on. So and that includes creating like learning pathways. So in this slide, you can see, for example, for the biotech pathway, here's a few things that they're going to need. Not only the technical skill of it, but they're also going to need some soft skills, etc. And so they can get checked off as they're going along. And each one of these credentials they're able to carry with them to next organization that they're part of. I like to think of it as talent gets recycled from, say, like this company grows up, they have an exit, they get bought out, they do IPO, etc. Some of the talent leaves, some stays, some leaves. The ones that leave go off into new startups, new companies, help them grow. So the talent's being recycled. With something like Sparkki, you're able to more efficiently recycle talent. Okay. So the business model, so from what we've done so far, which is around $23,000 in revenue, it's around $117 for the cost of a client. We believe we can get it down more with better marketing, which we have already strategies for, but we just need more time or more manpower to continue creating that to lower that cost. The average revenue per client is $1,649, but we believe with more strategic partners we can reach out to bigger organizations with more employees, because the key here is just targeting employee-heavy organizations. So whether it's the financial industry, aerospace industry, diesel tech, medical, mining and extraction, software development, all of these industries normally end up having a lot of employees. So those are the ones that we're going to go after, and we believe that we can drastically increase the average revenue per client. Another And our projected revenue is 4 million annually recurring by 2021, based on the trajectory that we're on. All right, and who are we competing with? So we are market adoption. So market adoption. We are going to be focused on events, monthly events, whether job fairs, human resource events, workforce and economic development events. And we're going to partner with some strategic partners like the Society of Human Resource Management, Talent Ready, Utah, so we're in Utah Manufacturers Association, talent placement agencies, temporary job agencies, and like we said, economic development agencies and workforce development agencies. Compound marketing, we really like SEO, creating content, inbound marketing, automated webinars, email sequences, etc. They're all like building on each other. So you create a blog post, throw on another video on YouTube, another blog post, video, create a webinar, here's a whole bunch of email sequences. Each one's like stacking on, so it's not like, oh, one-time advertisements. It's all like compounding together. And so we believe just creating that marketing infrastructure is really going to help us get to that 4 million annual recurring revenue. All right, who are we competing against? So we have this chart here, and so we put the affordable on the top and expensive on the bottom, and then there are some operating in the same space, but with different focuses. The focuses are either being credentialing or curation. And on the curation side, they're giving the learners, the employees, what they should be learning, like, oh, read this blog, there might be some courses that you might want to take, etc. On the credentialing side, it's less of showing you what you should learn. It's more of, after you've learned it, we're just going to secure that certificate for you. So that's more of where Sparkki's at, and so we have Badger and Accreditable more on that side, and then towards the curation side, where they're helping you discover what you should be learning, we have the Degreed, Pluralsight, EdCast, Coursera, etc. Okay, so our competitive advantage is it allows you to create pathways for individualized learning, macro credential analytics on the employer end, so they can make better decisions based on what their learning objectives are and the company's objectives and mission, goals that they have. Custom branding, all the credentials and badges, if you will, have their own graphic that can just be branded to the company. So for example, John works at Boeing, learns all these skills to become a composite engineer, mechanical engineer, aerospace engineer. Each credential that Boeing's giving him has their logo, their information. So when he moves on to another company, let's just say NASA, for example, NASA can say, they can review it and be like, oh, okay, here's the skills that he learned from Boeing, and I can easily see that because Boeing's brand is stamped all over that. So it helps transition the trust that Boeing had in him, in John, and transition that over to NASA, that trust. So it's also cost effective. We have looked at other players in our space, and we believe we're one of the most cost effective ways of doing this, but not so much that we're not able to provide the value that we think needs to be delivered with this. We get ongoing support with us, and there's incentive to learn, incentive to go back to your knowledge base. A lot of employers complain that employees are not using their knowledge bases, and they're just jumping to their manager or their leader, asking for the question, or just using their peers to answer questions instead of just using their resources and finding it. This is going to incentivize that at a way higher level. Who's our team? So myself, business developer, branding, I'm CEO, I'm a software developer. I've done marketing, so I understand the marketing infrastructure side. I understand the software development side. I'm the organizer of Taco Fest, which is a once a year festival where we bring together industry leaders, government entities, the community, and nonprofits to eat tacos for charity. So when I'm not eating tacos, I'm developing software. And our CFO, Ricky Barra, he has expertise supply chain, user interface, public relations, and just financial operations, financial modeling, etc. He's advised other startups like Flutter, VR as well. And Penley Sai Krishna Reddy, which we just call him Sai. He has experience with AWS, Docker, Solidity, and so he's like another developer that is augmenting our team. So between him and I, we're pretty much the workhorses on this project. All right, and what we're looking for, so seed round, 527,000 will help us get, for the next 24 months, get to that $4 million in annual recurring revenue. We're going to throw on a cap of 1.5, so that's what we believe we're going to value that now with all the product development that we have so far, plus the revenue that we have. And then we're going to give a discount of around 20%. So that puts us at a valuation of 1.2. And so this is around like a 30% equity investment. But we believe who we're really looking for is just early stage HR/edtech startup investors. We specifically want someone that has networks with employers that have a lot of employees. Otherwise, we can kind of just keep bootstrapping it. But if we had a partner, an investor, should I say, that had those relationships that we could leverage, that would just increase our trajectory up and to the left, right? So that's pretty much it for Sparkki. What we are doing. It's something that's super passionate to me. It's my why, my North Star, which is helping alleviate poverty. And if there was a way for all these people to be able to prove what they learned, even just immigrants coming from other countries where they were doctors, engineers, etc., but they come here and they're like, well, I can't prove it because no one really believes that I have these degrees or etc. And so it's going to help a lot of people, and I believe that it's aligned with my North Star. So I'm super passionate. I have something to prove with this. We do, and we're going to make it happen. So thank you so much for sticking around to the end. And if you like this, leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll leave all the fun comments and links to get more information in the description. All right, we'll talk soon. Bye.